Okay, so I'm going to use the basis that I lined out to kind of draw this apple. So I'm going to click on a point, click on another point, click and drag, get my little curve going, and see how the line is kind of indicating that it's still curved. Well, I don't really want a next line to be a curve, so I'm going to just click on the anchor point again, and now I get a straight line. And I'm just going to put a little straight line here. And I'm going to put another line here, and then I'm going to curve. And click again, because again, I want a straight line, because I want to curve it. I don't want Illustrator to curve it for me. Click on the anchor point, put a little curve, and we got a stem. Right. With Illustrator, when you're redrawing, I like to do shapes as opposed to outlines. I like to just, so the stem will be a shape, the leaf will be a shape, and then the apple will be a shape. I know there's some people who like, to just, outline this thing. I tend to use shapes, not lines. So I'm going to click on here. It's just a general curve. And I'm using the sketch as more of a suggestion, not really. I'm following it, but I'm not, if I feel like, hey, this line should be better this way, I'm gonna not, be so tied to my drawing. I'm gonna, do what I like to call it, call it audible, which is a football term to mean like, hey, we have this plan, but now we're out on the field, and the conditions have changed, so we're gonna have to call a new plan based on conditions. And so when I'm drawing, I like to like, well, yeah, that looked all right in the sketch, but now that I'm in here, well, maybe that wasn't the best one. So let me call an audible and change up my sketch just slightly for a better end result. Let's see, and there's the leaf shape. And I'm going to turn off those shapes so I can draw the apple here. Now, a lot of people ask me now, how do you pick your anchor points? Well, that is a very good question, and I have no good answer for it. It's just over the years, I've just kind of gone through it enough that you kind of intuitively know where it is, just because you've done shapes like that so often before that you're like, okay, well, I know I want to kind of a curve, shape here, so I'm going to place that here. General rule, the fewer the lines in Illustrator, excuse me, the fewer the points in the shape, the better, usually the smoother the line. So click here. So this is basically a circle shape, so, end up with like these 4 points. So that's the basically get the overall shape. Now again, like I said, I work in shapes, not necessarily lines. So I'm going to come take this shape and duplicate it. Then I'm going to shrink it down, and I want to keep it centered, and I want to scale it proportionally. So I'm going to hold down the Shift and the Alt key when I drag to kind of do that. So now this is my basic shape. Let me turn off the stem and leaf here. So this is my basic shape, and see, I don't like that's kind of sharp point to that curve over here. So I'm going to grab my direct selection tool. And I'm going to hold down Alt because this is the only part of the curve I want to move. Grab the handle. Adjust that a little bit more. Do that to this inside shape as well. So yeah, so I like that better. So in order to get this little part of the apple, take this little dip. I take this and then I'm gonna go to my Pathfinder tool. That out for you. Make sure both are selected here. And I'm just gonna subtract the minus the front out of that. And now I have my little dip. I'm gonna do the same thing for the leaf. So let me turn off the apple part. Copy and paste that front. I'm gonna hold down the Alt and Shift. Scale it down a little bit. I'm gonna zoom in here because now this is getting a little funky with the shape here. And again, see, I'm not crazy about this shape right here. So let's see what we can do to fix that. Yeah, it's probably best to, have your shapes the way you want them before you duplicate them, to do the inside. But I mean, that's that's life in the big city. You're gonna have to sometimes, hey, I thought this was working, but now it's not working, so I'm gonna make a little bit of adjustment here. Take this. All right, so we got that. I'm gonna subtract that. And I like to group my shapes. So I'm gonna take that, group that. Group that. All right, so now I have my stem. And instead of duplicating this one, I'm actually gonna redraw this one just to see the shape in it that I want already. I want this to be a little bit more pointed. There we go. I'm going to group that. Now, I'm going to make that a full color, and then I'm going to turn this one to white. Do the same with the leaf. Alright, so there's the very basics of that. And the reason I tend to do shapes as a line because sometimes I like to, you know, have the line weight vary a little bit. So, and like right here, I'm going to adjust this outside of the apple line. And with the latest Illustrator, you can actually use the anchor point tool to grab a line and kind of adjust it itself as opposed to having to do the anchor point. So I'm just going to make a few adjustments here. Let's see, I probably don't even need this anchor point. Yeah, see, much smoother, so I'm probably not going to need that other one either. A lot about Illustrator is, making adjustments. I know as artists, we're like, oh, I'm gonna get this perfect and straight, first time out. This was what my idols do. Professionals, I say, they just zoop, 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 and it's done. Well, nah, it's a lot of making adjustments and like, yeah, I thought this was the way I wanted it, but didn't quite turn out exactly right. And the great thing about Illustrator is that you can always come and easily kind of readjust things. I probably don't even need this anchor point either. Like what? You totally screwed it up, man. Alright, take this. So see, this is more of that S type, and much smoother, much better. So sometimes hey, thought I needed that anchor point, I did not need that anchor point. And guess what? These two anchor points are golden too. Hasta la vista, ladies. All right, take this. Well, sometimes you need to readjust that those points in order to get them to act right. So, that, shoot, that's much better. Yeah. There you go. All right. I mean, I think that will do it for the very, very basics. Hopefully, they yeah, learn something from that. Yeah, if you have any comments, please feel free to add them. And if you like this, want me to continue to keep doing these kind of things and go more in depth, just subscribe and send me an email or contact me. I will try my best. So thank you very much. Peace out.